Emma, how you doing?
I'm good, as good as can be expected. What a weird time.
Yeah.
It's insane. Let's you know what? Let's just do a 1 minute like shout out with Emma and just a really, really super tight pitch. And then we'll talk about why Elizabeth Warren fucking sucks.
I texted Michael. I was like, just feel free to shit all over me this time.
We love you. We're not going to shit all over you.
No, I want to welcome it just because, do the pitch and then we'll get into it.
Here's the thing. Emma was wrong. All right. So I'll do. She thought I was a good person, but really I was a deranged 7-year-old sociopath. All right. We'll do more of that in a minute. So, guys, this isn't that high level. If you have the capacity, if you have the ability, right? I'm not laying. Believe me, I understand how tight things are for so many folks, but if you're in a position where you're like, ordering food, taking an Uber, whatever, you have the capacity, you have to tip the fuck out of those people. You have to do everything you can for people in frontline service worker jobs. And this is weird advice for the show in a way, because we're kind of like always talking about what are the systems implications. Like, we can't just, it's not on you to make up for a predator economy. We need to nationalize industries. We need powerful labor unions, 110%. And right now in this situation, you have people that, as an example, in New York City, can get stopped on the street, harassed by cops, pay ludicrous fines just for doing their jobs. They're taking an innately higher risk than anybody else because they have to be out and about delivering food. And just, I'm sure, honestly, my confidence would be, if you're watching or listening to this, you're probably already somebody who is very considerate of that sort of thing. But I just want to really reiterate that if you have that capacity, be unbelievably good to those people. And if you see, we're going to talk later with Joshua about taking big social media breaks, which I cannot recommend enough, including to myself. But I would say, if you see a video of, a delivery guy getting harassed by NYPD or something, as an example, immediately tweet that at de Blasio's account and be like, oh, really? Bernie Sanders guy, huh? We got to have 110% backing, for folks in those positions. So that's all I got for kind of a, it's not a traditional shout out, but it's my strong feeling right now. You guys have anything you want to add to that?
I made a grocery trip like a week ago in preparation for this, and I tweeted out after it, grocery workers deserve the wealth of bankers. You realize how important that is, and how on the front lines. And the grocery stores, it looks like, and who knows, things change so fast, but it looks like those are going to stay open in New York. I mean, it's just incredible. And maybe they'll get sick pay, but are they getting hazard pay? I want to know what's actually being done about that. I feel so bad for those people. Definitely they'll be exposed to it immediately, right? Those are the only things open. People have to go there, and they're barely making over minimum wage if they are. And I hope they get raises. I hope they get hazard pay, but definitely tip them if you use them, because the systems thing is, those are workers. It's simple enough.
Right. That's right. And also, I didn't have time to get to it in the commentary, but I just want to do a dishonorable and the extreme mention that in the midst of all of this disgustingness, that John Mackey, the hippie sociopath, worst guy in the world, CEO of Whole Foods.
I was just going to bring that up, Michael.
Talk about it, Emma. Explain what he did.
Basically, he said that if you have accumulated paid sick leave, you should donate it to your fellow employees that, talking to employees of Whole Foods who may be exhibiting symptoms, meaning he wasn't going to grant additional sick leave or the ability for people to not work. He was making it incumbent upon the fellow employees to give up their own accumulated sick leave for their colleagues, which is just, I mean, crystallizing the sociopathy of, you know, the neoliberal Whole Foods types.
And also the lie of like because literally his brand is conscious capitalism.
Yes.
That whole thing of like, because, you know, the truth was like, relative to similar jobs, I don't even know if this is still true, and it could all be different with an Amazon acquisition, but I think, you know, I've known people who've worked in Whole Foods and stuff, and, you know, relative to that kind of job, they're paid a bit better. And there's like a few more kind of added incentives. And that was his whole thing. It's like, we don't need unions here. We're a team. And of course, that was always a lie and total bullshit. But that case study right there should be a pure distillation of just the utter bankruptcy of that whole worldview.
And I'd also add, you know, we were talking about earlier is like the kind of cheap imitation that we're getting from neoliberalism to the systems that we need. Right? It's like we do need solidarity. We need to look out for each other.
Right.
But instead of the corporation or the company looking out for its employees, it's, you know, basically demanding that the workers look out for each other, you know, on their own expense. It's horrific.
And that's been the whole thing with global warming too. Like, yes, absolutely. I think people should all take our own little steps to be conscious and mindful of like our individual footprint for sure. But the fact that like there's a gazillion articles about your little trivial like pebble in the ocean, well, it's like, no, it's the global energy industry and how our economy runs. And if you deal with that, you know, either or, that's the only way you deal with this stuff. It doesn't matter whether you remember to like turn off the faucet when you're brushing your teeth. All right.
Did you guys, just to tag on this, did you see the Virgin Atlantic Richard Branson example?
Yeah.
No, were he and Obama asking for voluntary non-sick people to come to the Caribbean with them?
Yeah, check this out. So Virgin Atlantic says it plans to ground 75% of its fleet by 26th of March, adding staff will be asked to take 8 weeks unpaid leave during the next 3 months. And this Toby J. Peacock says 2 months without wages. Virginia has about 9,000 staff. From what I can see, Richard Branson could personally pay all these staff $500 a week, and his net worth 500 pounds per week, and his net worth would fall from 4.1 billion to 4.064 billion pounds. His net worth would fall by 0.88%. If you had $20 or 20 pounds, that would be 17.6p. So, yeah.
And also we'll do it with the post game it was, but the last one was like that player, I think for the Pelicans.
Zion.
Yeah, Zion.
Zion, yeah.
Zion's like 20. He's only like 20 years old, right?
He's on his rookie deal, and he's paying for the workers in the stadium. Like,
covering them for 2 months, and the owner of the whole
is a billionaire.
Has not lifted a finger. Which is a good reminder that workers are workers.
Get rid of owners. We need to get rid of owners. No owners in sports. Fuck those guys. They don't do shit. Get them out.
Speaking of, Brady just signed with the Buccaneers. I hope you guys.
I know. That was amazing.
That was a stupid thing. I hope that they go 4-12.
They have a pool in their stadium though, so.
That's dope.
No, that's the Jaguars. They have a dumbass. They have a dumbass pirate ship with a cannon.
What? Yo, dude, we've got frankly sick of winning. I don't know like how much more winning as an institution we can handle. So like in the spirit of like, let's just socially isolate fucking Super Bowl rings.
So, yeah. Can you believe that Gisele Bundchen's gonna move to Tampa Bay and Tom Brady?
Yes.
Actually, so awesome.
Yes, I actually can believe that.
Speaking of Florida, though, early results in, you know, Bernie's.
Oh, here we go.
20, 30 points. What is it?
What is it? What's the result?
I'm trying to check on my phone while not
I'll
being
look
rude.
up here. I'll get some.
I mean, Bernie's, even in the best of times, Bernie's not going to win Florida.
No,
know.
I get it. It's just,
yeah.
but like, who knows with the polling at this point, you know?
Right.
Like,
Well, I want to talk to you. I'm going to do like really quick plug, and then I want to talk about that actually before we trash Warren. You just watched a Michael Brooks show video. Subscribe to get them all. Why wouldn't you? Don't be foolish. Click subscribe below and become a patron as well. Patreon.com/TMBS. Thanks, everybody.